Hi and welcome. In this particular video I'm going to be replacing the thermostatic fan switch on my Gilera 350 Saturno. The fan on my Saturno stopped working some time back, so I thought it was time to do something about it. Now the switch is located on the left hand side of the radiator, about a third of the way up from the bottom. To gain access I will need to remove the fairing. For filming purposes I'm also going to be removing the fuel tank, but that's not necessary to replace the switch. Now, since original parts are no longer available, a good alternative is a Volvo 240 fan switch, but any fan switch that has a 14mm thread with a 1.5mm pitch and turns on at around 92 degrees, a little lower is certainly fine, will be fit for the job. So let's get started. Now you can see the thermostat here, it's got two wires to it. Now we'll just check the operation of the fan, and all we have to do is just run a jumper wire across these two connectors. Turn the ignition on. So you can hear there that the fan's operating correctly. So next we'll take this thermostat out. Just tuck these wires up out of the way in here. Our container ready for draining. And because we've still got the radiator cap on, not much fluid is actually coming out, which is a plus. I'll just clean this surface up first. Just get rid of the remains of the original gasket cement that's been used there to seal it. Now I've put some fresh sealant on the screw, and I've also got a new crush washer on this thermostat. We'll just screw her in. Reconnect our wiring. Now I'll just top up the coolant. Well, that was quite a simple task. It actually took longer to film it than to actually change that fan switch over. Now I'd like to talk in general about the cooling system on these bikes. They're either approaching or over 30 years old, and one of the prime points of failure on these bikes is the actual water pump. Now the water pump is located on the left-hand side of the engine there. It's actually driven off the back side of the cam belt, and failure of the water pump can lead to catastrophic failure of the engine, resulting in bent valves. So if you do buy a Gilera Saturno, the first thing you want to do is actually check that water pump to see what condition it's in. Now new water pumps are no longer available. They used to be sold as a complete unit. But you can rebuild them, and I have done a series of videos on rebuilding the water pump for this particular bike, which I'll put links to in the description below. Now another point of failure in the cooling system is the actual mechanical thermostat that regulates the flow of water to the radiator. That's located in a separate housing, again bolted to the left-hand side of the engine there, just on the lower end of the head. That was also sold as a complete unit, a housing with the thermostat inside. You couldn't buy the thermostat on its own from Gilera, and I'm unaware of any substitutes for that at the moment. If you need a new mechanical thermostat, you really do need to look on eBay for a good quality second-hand one. I have seen new ones on there in the past, but they are rather rare and hard to come by. So in real terms, you're really stuck with looking for a good quality second-hand one. You can test those mechanical thermostats again using hot water and a thermometer, and seeing how far they open. The usual failure is that the thermostat fails to open to its correct length or fails to open altogether. Anyway, I think that's about it for this particular video, and I'll catch you next time.